Welcome to the deep dive. You're here because you're looking to go beyond the surface, to really understand what makes things tick.
Yeah, get into the core of it.
Exactly. And today, we're doing that with something many people might just see as, well, transportation, riding a motorcycle.
Mhm.
But as the article, Why Riding a Motorcycle Can Transform Your Life, freedom, focus, and fulfillment on two wheels really talks about, there's just a whole lot more going on when you twist that throttle.
There really is. It digs into some surprising layers.
So we're going to pull out the key insights, the stuff that really hits home and shows how deep the impact can be.
Right.
From that rush of open road adventure to unexpected mental clarity, building a community, even some physical benefits.
Yeah, it covers quite a bit of ground.
Our mission today is pretty straightforward.
Right.
Just extract the core of this transformative power and figure out why two wheels can change so much.
Okay.
Okay, let's unpack this then.
Well, what's interesting right from the start is how the article sort of reframes motorcycling. It's not just, getting somewhere. It's framed as this really rich experience, full of chances for personal growth. It taps into some really basic human desires, doesn't it? That need for freedom, for connection with others, with yourself,
That makes sense.
and the drive for discovery. So the motorcycle in this picture, it becomes the vehicle for all that.
Exactly. And the first thing that just jumps out reading it is this almost primal feeling of freedom.
Yeah, primal's a good word for it.
It's not just about travel, it's the unfiltered connection you get with everything around you.
No cage, no roof.
Right. Just you and the elements. The article even mentions how it can disrupt your routine, break that work home pattern.
Which can feel pretty stifling sometimes.
Totally. And here's something I thought was really interesting. It suggests even a short ride can lead to these unexpected little discoveries.
Like finding a hidden cafe or a view.
Yeah, exactly. Those spots you'd just blow past in a car. It paints this picture of untapped potential right nearby.
And that disruption of routine, it's actually more significant than it might sound.
How so?
Well, psychologically, mixing things up, having some novelty, it's really key for keeping your brain flexible, keeping that sense of, being alive.
Huh.
And those little discoveries you mentioned,
Mm.
they tap into our natural curiosity,
Mm.
right? They remind us the world still has surprises, even close to home. Could have a subtle way to bring back a bit of wonder.
And that freedom, it just naturally flows into this idea of adventure being baked right in.
Absolutely.
The article really emphasizes that motorcycles are sort of built for exploring. They invite you to, turn down that interesting-looking side road
Yeah, get off the main drag.
to really immerse yourself in the landscape, not just pass through it. It's not just about where you're going. The journey itself is the point.
Right, which is so different from how we usually travel, focused on efficiency.
And there's a social side, too, it mentions. Those chance encounters, maybe with other riders or locals you meet, sparking connections you just wouldn't get otherwise.
Think about it. Our modern lives often push for the fastest route, the most efficient way.
Yeah, shortest path.
Motorcycling just flips that completely.
Yeah.
It encourages a more engaged way of being in the world,
Yeah.
where the journey, the senses, they matter more.
I like that.
And those chance encounters, they often feel richer, more authentic, because they're unexpected and, based on this shared thing, this passion.
Which, according to the article, feeds directly into personal growth.
Makes sense.
It argues that this freedom, this adventure spirit, it naturally pushes you out of your comfort zone.
You have to adapt.
Yeah, whether it's tackling a tricky road or maybe unfamiliar terrain or just dealing with, sudden rain.
Right.
These experiences, the article says, they build resilience, adaptability, and just a deeper appreciation for the world.
Definitely.
There's even this really powerful idea in there that riding can be kind of a metaphor for life itself.
Oh.
Yeah, like learning to let go of needing total control and just embrace the flow of the journey.
That bit about managing risk and adapting, that's key. It's a very real way to build self-efficacy.
Self-efficacy.
Yeah, that belief in your own ability to handle whatever comes up.
Got it.
And the metaphor about embracing the journey, it fits. Riding forces you to be present, responsive to what's happening right now. That's a skill that's useful way beyond just riding the bike.
Right. Okay, so the article then shifts gears a bit, moving to the mental side.
Ah, yes, the clarity and stress relief.
Exactly. It talks about riding being almost like active meditation.
Active meditation, I like that term.
Because you're so focused, right, on your surroundings, the road, your balance. all that mental chatter just fades away.
It really does. It has to.
It talks about being completely present, no multitasking, just intense focus on the here and now.
Mm-hmm.
And some writers even describe getting into this flow state.
Yeah, that feeling of total immersion.
Right, where time disappears, you feel this deep calm. And the article suggests that can even boost creativity, help with problem solving later.
That idea of active meditation is spot on. Traditional meditation is often about stillness.
Right.
But the intense concentration you need to ride safely, it achieves a similar quieting of the mind. All the sensory input, the constant need for focus, it naturally blocks out intrusive thoughts.
Ah, interesting.
And the flow state. It's a well-known psychological thing where your skill level meets the challenge just right.
Yeah.
Leads to deep engagement and, yeah, often better thinking afterwards.
And it's not just the focus. The article points to the therapeutic feel of the physical act itself.
You mean the vibrations, the wind?
Yeah, that rhythmic hum of the engine, the rush of wind. It creates this grounding sensory thing that can just, melt away stress.
It can be very soothing, counterintuitively maybe.
It emphasizes how it's a great escape valve. A quick ride after work, a longer weekend trip to clear your head.
Mm-hmm. A healthy outlet.
Plus, there's the physical side, the subtle adjustments, maneuvering the bike. The article notes this can give you a natural endorphin boost.
Yeah, it makes you feel more positive, energized.
Yeah, that interplay between the physical and mental seems really important here.
Oh, absolutely. The physical exertion, even if it feels minor, plus all that sensory input, it's a whole body experience that can really break stress cycles.
Right.
And those endorphins, like the article says, they're natural mood lifters. That contributes to that feeling of well-being writers talk about.
Then there's the connection to nature, which the article describes really beautifully.
Yeah. That's a big one for many writers.
Experiencing the world so directly, in a way you just can't in a car.
Yeah.
Feeling the sun, the air.
Even the temperature changes, the smells.
Exactly. It mentions how scenic routes, coastal roads, mountains, they become part of the experience itself, not just scenery flying by. And it's not just the big views. The article highlights noticing the small stuff, scents, sounds, changing light, which adds to this feeling of peace, of gratitude almost.
Well, there's this concept, biophilia, our sort of innate connection to the natural world. Experiencing nature directly, like on a bike, it's proven to have real benefits. Lower stress hormones, improves mood. It's just a much more visceral, engaging way to interact with your surroundings compared to being sealed off in a car.
And in our lives, which are so digital now, the article makes a really key point about disconnecting from technology.
Oh, definitely. A digital detox on wheels.
It emphasizes that chance to truly unplug from screens, notifications, all that constant digital noise, and just be fully present in the ride. It's a way to actually recharge your mental batteries, without those distractions.
That element of digital detox, it's becoming so important for just staying sane, really.
Tell me about it.
The constant connection leads to overload mental fatigue. Motorcycling, just by what it demands, forces you to focus right here, right now. It creates this needed break from the digital world.
A beneficial break.
Absolutely.
Okay, moving on, the article also explores how learning to ride and just the experience of riding can build some serious confidence. And resilience, too.
That makes sense.
It talks about getting over those initial fears, the worry about falling, traffic, the unknown.
Sure. It can be intimidating at first.
And how growing through that experience is a huge confidence booster. It mentions mastering things like smooth turns or good braking really reinforces your sense of capability.
Learning any new skill does that, especially one like this that needs coordination and, well, managing some risk.
Yeah.
Overcoming those early fears, mastering the techniques, it gives you real proof you can learn and adapt.
And let's be real, not every ride goes perfectly, right?
Definitely not. That's part of it.
So the article points out how handling unexpected challenges, sudden weather changes, weird road conditions that build resilience.
You learn to adapt on the fly.
Right. It mentions developing problem-solving skills, maybe figuring out a small mechanical thing or just getting unlost.
Fosters resourcefulness.
Yeah. And there's a great point about the sense of accomplishment, that pride you feel after a tough ride or reaching a goal like a long trip. Even the small wins, like finally getting counter steering right, they add up. They show progress.
Being able to handle those unexpected bumps in the road, that's a core part of resilience.
Okay.
Motorcycling gives you this context where the challenges are usually manageable, but they're real learning moments.
Right.
Successfully dealing with them reinforces your sense of agency, your ability to cope with difficulties on the bike and off.
And ultimately, the article kind of ties this together with this idea of empowerment through independence.
Yeah, being self-reliant.
Just having the freedom to hop on your bike, go explore, not needing anyone else, and trusting yourself to handle things. That's powerful.
That sense of autonomy, of self-reliance, it's fundamental to feeling empowered. Knowing you can navigate your world, handle challenges on your own, it builds a stronger sense of confidence in all parts of your life.
Now, this next part might surprise some listeners. The article gets into the physical fitness aspects.
Oh, right. The physical engagement.
Yeah, it details how riding actually works your core muscles for balance.
Keeps you stable.
Gives your upper body a workout steering, braking, and even works your legs controlling the bike.
No, it's not like going to the gym, obviously.
Oh, sure.
But the article's right. There is definite muscle engagement. Those constant small adjustments for balance work your core, your abs, your back. And yeah, handlebars and brakes work the upper body.
It also talks about improving balance and coordination, that constant need to shift your weight subtly.
Sharpens reflexes, body awareness, proprioception.
Right. And the hand-eye coordination needed for the controls, clutch, throttle, brakes, signals, it's definitely more involved than driving a car.
Much more active.
But what I found really interesting was the point about heightened awareness.
Situational awareness. Crucial.
The article stresses how you become hyper-aware of everything. Road texture, weather shifts, other vehicles.
You have to be. Your life depends on it.
And how this heightened awareness can actually make you a better defensive driver in general, even in a car.
That's absolutely true. Motorcyclists often develop excellent scanning habits and anticipation skills.
It even touches on cardiovascular benefits, slightly higher heart rate from the focus and engagement.
And the stress reduction helps heart health, too.
And long-term benefits, like sharp reflexes and mental agility from staying so alert.
The enhanced situational awareness is a huge safety benefit, and it definitely spills over into other driving.
Yeah.
That constant need to scan and anticipate, it makes you more proactive behind any wheel. And yeah, the cardio benefits might be moderate, but they add to overall well-being, especially combined with less stress.
Okay, finally, the article explores the really strong sense of community in the motorcycle world.
The brotherhood and sisterhood, it's a real thing.
It describes this global family, this instant connection you can feel with other riders, sometimes just shown by that simple wave, right?
The universal wave, it's a symbol of respect, solidarity. It means something.
That shared passion creates this instant bond.
It really does. It's a powerful common ground. Those social bonds are significant, often kind of underestimated.
It highlights joining clubs and groups, too. Local clubs for different interests, or even online communities connecting people everywhere.
Finding your tribe.
And it's not just casual friends. The article talks about how riding together can forge really deep friendships. Riding partners become this genuine support system.
Absolutely. Mutual reliance builds strong ties.
It also mentions the big events, the rallies, Sturgis, Daytona, these huge celebrations of the lifestyle.
Music, vendors, group rides.
And charity rides, too, combining that community feeling with giving back.
Yeah, lots of those.
What really struck me was the point about how motorcycling seems to cut across social barriers.
You see all sorts of people riding.
Exactly. Welcoming riders from all backgrounds. It mentions the growing number of women riders, too. And creating these global connections through travel and events, it's like a universal language.
These communities offer vital social support, shared experiences, a strong sense of identity. The rallies are like cultural hubs, reinforcing belonging, celebrating what makes the lifestyle unique. And yeah, breaking down barriers, connecting globally, it shows the unifying power of a shared passion.
So wrapping up this deep dive, it's really clear that riding a motorcycle, based on this article, is way more than just getting around.
Much more.
It's this rich, complex experience that seems to have the potential to really reshape your life.
In some pretty profound ways.
Cultivating freedom, providing mental clarity, building confidence and resilience, offering physical benefits, and connecting you to this amazing global community.
It touches on a lot of core human needs.
It really seems like it can be a catalyst for significant change, just like the article title suggests.
Seems that way.
And that leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener. Think about what part of your own life might open up if you embraced a new kind of journey. Maybe one that encourages that same sense of freedom, that focus, that connection we've talked about today. Maybe, just maybe, there's an adventure on two wheels waiting for you.